This is an interesting fight. So let's do a quick side-by-side comparison and get some real numbers and everything. What I find interesting about these two is record-wise, not a huge difference here. The two losses for Martin, AJ, and actually Adam Kalnacki is his other loss. So Adam Kalnacki, generally not considered, especially after getting whooped by Hellenius twice, a huge threat. The two losses by Ortiz are both from Deontay Wilder. And mind you, in both those fights, yes, he hurt Wilder, and he was beating up Wilder pretty good in the second fight until Wilder launched an absolute heat-seeking missile and knocked him to kingdom come. Both guys, pretty dangerous overall. Height-wise, fairly similar. Look at the age, though. Ortiz is 42 years old. Jesus. But Martin also is not a spring chicken, and he definitely does not have a body beautiful type of physique. He's not that guy. This is something that's interesting, though. Both are southpaws. How often do we see two southpaws, especially at heavyweight, fighting each other? Almost never. You know? Yeah, Wilder sent Ortiz into the shadow realm. It was brutal. Reach-wise, Ortiz, although being a little bit shorter, has a pretty decent reach advantage here. About 4 inches. Looking at it more from a, KO percentage, 75% from Ortiz. Martin has an 80% KO percentage. Now, if you ask me when you look at these two, and you have to kind of compare styles and stuff like that, Martin is certainly a little bit more simplistic in his boxing compared to Ortiz. Ortiz has really good footwork. He can move really well. He has that Cuban background of just great pedigree. And when you look at who they've both fought, it's kind of interesting. Looking at Martin a little bit, Gerald Washington, he had that stoppage. That was a pretty piss poor fight if you watch that. Not a great fight. Like I said, Kalnacki. Joshua was his biggest name, and he got crushed. And I mean crushed by Joshua. Because he is there to be hit. So, yeah, Cal Snacky did a number on him. Now, Ortiz, on the other hand, you look at his resume a little bit more. Christian Hammer, older Christian Hammer, not the best thing ever. Wilder, obviously, you got there. David Allen, who is a guy that's pretty easy to hit, and that was a pretty easy. The funny thing I do find interesting is Malik Scott, who now trains Wilder, fought actually Ortiz at one point. Bryant Jennings. I mean, these are all okay names. There's nothing that stands out other than, I would say, Wilder is like the big name that sticks out. So neither one of them have like the best resume or most polished resume overall. If I'm going to pick one, I'm going to pick the better boxer. And the better boxer, in my opinion, is Ortiz. I think if you look at how smooth he is, how much better of an operator and just overall boxer, I think he should win. Ortiz has always been a guy that people have claimed to be a boogeyman kind of thing. We'll see. I'm very curious about this fight. So this is kind of like a heavyweight packed card. We'll be live during it. Is it worth pay-per-view? I don't know about that. That's a little bit much. I think overall, I think Ortiz wins. That's my big prediction, is Ortiz is going to win, I think. I think there might be a knockout. I think it might be a little bit later in the fight. Maybe 9th, 10th round, we'll get a knockout. That's what I'm hoping for.